D-Block.
Hey, what's going on? This is J Hamster here to give you part 2. Part 2 was part 1 of the previous video. Pretty much the confrontation between mainly Styles and Jada, because Sheik was actually there according to Vlad, and we'll get into that, but it was really Jada and Styles doing more of the talking. Diddy got onto the phone call, they had their argument, and it was just wild, man. It was just wild. But after the phone call, we're past the 10-minute mark, so we're gonna get you another 10 minutes and we're gonna react to this. Let's see how this works.
Yeah, we had a face-to-face with this man in Miami, Levels, 2 summers ago. You know what he said? Yo, dog, y'all been through a lot. I know that. I know y'all felt it never went right with me. I feel like I got wrongs to right. This is what he said out of his mouth. This is what he said out of his mouth. You the one who came back, coming to see if we want to get signed and do all that again. We want our publishing, dog, and we got a right to that. It's been years now. Years you had our stuff. Nobody, pardon us. Pardon him, he was wrong for threatening you or your life over the radio or whatever, but that's frustration.
He didn't threaten. Let's just clear. He didn't threaten. He said it's worth.
You're right, pardon me. You're right, he didn't threaten you. But it is worth it. He don't understand that because you just been robbing people for years. And people can look at it, and you can look at what he said, then you look at us, and you look at...
You know what's funny? We're not going to talk about the other songs playing in the background. We already know. If you guys listen to LOX, you know the shade that goes on. So, but y'all, it's just, to be honest, man, it's just wild, you know. It's just wild, the fact that, like Styles said, that Diddy came to them allegedly, and was just like wanting to bring the band back together. But you know, they're just like, they just want their publishing. That's all. They want the publishing so they can make money off their music. Diddy got his, let them get theirs. They, you know, and this, like I said, this is not to insult Diddy. I think, like I said, Diddy's giving his side. You know, I don't work in the business, so I'm not just going to automatically side with somebody that I don't know a full story of. You know, that's LOX side of the story. You know, there's 3 sides to every story. There's a LOX side, there's Diddy's side, and there's God's side. You know, the truth. So really, you know, it's just hearsay to me. But what I'm hearing is that Diddy wanted to bring the band back together. You know, to get together, they wanted to do all of this, and the LOX is like, look, we're in a creative space of freedom now. Well, we don't need you. We feel like our wings are spreaded. You know, we can do things on our own. We don't necessarily need you. And I think that's what Styles and Jada are frustrated with. And you know, Styles clearing it up like, yo, I didn't, you know, I didn't mean, we didn't mean to. We're not trying to kill anybody. That's not what we're trying to say. We, you know, pardon me that we went on the air and said that, but this is how we feel. This is how we personally feel about the situation. We just want a publishing. That's it. And you know, it just makes Diddy look bad. You know, like I said, I believe Diddy calls in and explains. So you know, obviously getting Diddy's side, but it's wild altogether.
This catalog of artists he had. And you sit back and do the homework yourself. You go home, forget what we said, forget we the streets, we the LOX. This is how we voice our opinion, and this is how we voice our opinion, because we ain't corporate. We ain't industry, so we got to let the streets know that.
Stop the cap. I hate, oh my God, I hate when rappers do this shit. We're not street. We're not in the industry. Nigga, shut up. You're, all right. Do you come from the streets? Yes. Do you know people from the streets? Yes. I'm not gonna say that you're not street, so don't get it messed up. But don't say you're not industry. Don't say that. I hate when rappers do that. Like, y'all want to be so anti-establishment so bad. I'm not part of the industry. Yes, you are, and it's okay. Stop the madness. Shout out to Gilly Boy.
This This is how we voice our opinion through the airwaves, through the mixtapes, through songs. We can't voice our opinion through lawyers and go. You've seen what we got to do to have a meeting.
Right.
So let's be for real when it comes to the corporate side. Don't try to confuse the listeners in the streets to think it's that simple, because he's going to give you the runaround like he's been for the past 10 years. We've been trying to get our publishing.
I felt that one. I felt that one hard. Where Styles said that they've been trying to, like, you've tried to speak to Diddy, and he's been, you know, they were trying to set up meetings every day, and they just give you the runaround. Like I said, I'm not speaking on Diddy, I'm just speaking on what I go through. I hate when people do that shit. I hate when people give you the runaround in life. They promise you to do something, and then you try to get to it, and next thing you know, they're doing some other shit, or they got excuses. To anyone who feels that, my only advice is to stop dealing with them. My only advice is to stop dealing with, or move on to something else. This is like not necessarily the music business, because this is a lot more complicated than that. But when people give you the runaround in life, you just move on and just do other things, because these people are not going to learn. They're not going to learn, and it's going to upset you at the end of the day.
That's 10 years, so don't try to act like we bugging out of nowhere. We've been through 7 lawyers and all kind of things. So, but be for real, we did one album with you.
Well, can I just ask you? I'm sorry.
I'm worked up.
I know you are.
It
No, I
really
know you
is.
are. But let's just say that.
And you can hear Styles. Like, I think Jada is annoyed too, but you can hear Styles, like you know, just watching their Breakfast Club interview, the LOX in their Breakfast Club interview, when they were talking about politics and all that, and Lucha's like, yo, man, don't get this man started, bro. And don't get Styles started. You can tell Styles like the I'm not going to call him the emotional one, but he's the passionate one of the group, I would say. He's the heart of LOX. I think that's fair to say. Can I say that? Do you guys, to all the loyal, long-time LOX fans, do you feel, because here's how I look at the LOX. I look at Jada as the face, I look at Sheik as the muscle, and I look at Styles as the heart. And I think, if anything, Styles has always been my favorite out of the 3. Just on a personal level. But do you guys feel that way?
Let's just say this, at this point, the way this whole day and this whole thing has happened, it might have been, it's too bad that it had to take this long and come to this point to get him on the phone, but he got on the phone, and it's obviously a public, it's obvious. I know he's okay, but let's just say, but now it's a public argument, and you know, whether you believe
nothing's gonna happen.
No, but whether you believe he'll have the meeting or not.
He said to the hip hop police, nothing's gonna happen. Yeah, clear that up, Jada, because you out here talking about you about to drop a fridge on niggas. You got you self-snitching on yourself. Clear that up.
He said he would, and I mean, would you at that point, let's say, would you sit down, would you have a meeting, and if this was resolved, would you then be able to continue? Is it just this alone? Well, it's 2 parts. Number one, would you sit down? He said on the radio he would sit down. I know it took a long time. I know it's on the radio.
Problem sitting down. It's not us that don't want it. It's not.
We've been trying to sit down forever. This is what nobody realized.
But now it's public.
Yeah, we want to sit down.
He cared, or he was, you know. It got to the point where he felt he needed to call up and discuss it.
It got to the point because when you tell people the truth, because most of hip hop, 90% of hip hop is fake people, and people coming on air being fake to you. And probably it's 80% of the artists in the same situation we in, but they sit up.
Styles said 90% of hip hop is full of fake people. I'm going to put this on Instagram. I'm going to put this part on Instagram on the reel. And I'm going to tag Grizzy Hendrix about his thoughts on Styles in a room with Jada Kiss, Sheik Lucci's Quiet, and Hot 97 saying that 90% of the industry is full of fake people. Grizzy knows what I'm talking about, and I think you guys know.
Yeah, scared that you fronting so much, and you know I'm this and that. I got this and that. I got this and that. If you didn't do them big numbers, I know exactly what you got. If you came in the '90s like we came in, unless you was spectacular, you sitting there fronting because you don't want the people to know how it's going down. Now we all right. We make money off of our hard-earned grinding. This is what people need to understand. When you see us in the street in the nice trucks, the Rangers, the Benzes, whatever vehicles we in, when we copped our houses, when we did all of that, we did that off a hard-earned side artist, grinding, mixtape hustle. I get a verse for you here. I write this here for you on the low. This man is making tons of money off of us for no apparent reason. No reason at all. Okay, I can't wait to sit down and talk.
And that's the alleged part about it is just off of that. You know what I mean? Just off of that. Like I said, I don't know. You know, Styles is giving his side. You know, Jada, they're giving their side. That's where their frustration is at. We don't know, we don't know the whole thing. But it does sound like they're doing everything they can to get everything they need back, everything they want back, and it's just a bunch of nonsense. Like I said, maybe Diddy has his explanation, maybe it's weird, but you know, like I said, we know about these things with publishing. We know about the thing. We know about artists and wanting their publishing back and all this other nonsense. But it's wild. It's really wild what these guys are going through. Is all I'm gonna say. If this is true, you know, I never want to work in the music business if they doing this. Jeez Louise.
I want to play a song because I want this to calm down a little bit so we could, you know, I know you
play the Benjamins. He killed it off of that. You just sort of play that.
You want to play the Benjamins for real?
Play that and think about the check you made off of that, dog, and then
play the rock and roll version.
I don't think we have the rock and roll.
Then play the Jamaican version.
We're obviously deviating.
What the? You know the sad part? What if Diddy got that? The Jamaican version. What? Somebody hear Movado rapping on All About the Benjamin, fucking Shabba Ranks on the fucking Benjamins. What the fuck? The AC/DC singing All About the Benjamin. Daddy Yankee. He said reggae tone. Daddy Yankee, you want your Daddy Yankee? All About the Benjamin or Pitbull? What the fuck? What's up with y'all niggas?
The countdown a little bit today because this is a serious situation.
I see you over there feeling it, but don't you know you alright? It's alright. It's gonna be alright.
I'm grilling your chick. Is it me with you?
LOX. Can you hear us?
Let's go, girl.
You played Time's Up with Jadakiss and Nate Dogg, and then y'all played Wild Out. Y'all played Locked Up in the instrumental. Y'all played Time's Up in the instrumental. Y'all played Why in the instrumental. Then you had the confrontation with Diddy, and then you played All About the Benjamins. That one was obvious, but y'all played Wild Out. I swear, Hot 97, y'all niggas ate shit for this.
Official number one for clapping on B.
Yeah.
So, D-Block is here. I don't know if you heard.
Hey, D-Block.
I don't know if somebody told you. With a lot going on, too. Puffy called up. I'm not really sure how the call ended up.
Angie Martinez freaked out. She's shaking up. She don't know what to say. It's okay, Angie. It's okay. Sometimes we're all in situations we a little bit too uncomfortable to be in. But that's okay. It's alright. It's alright.
Did he say we could sit down, come to the office? That's kind of how it, right?
The call ended up and tried to make us hang up.
He tried to make it. No, he don't. He
try to get us out.
Try to get us off the airway.
Try to get us out of my
Hip hop police, we chilling. We ain't doing nothing. The whole world, we ain't doing nothing.
Let me ask you a question. In your decision to, you're not gonna not rap, right?
How would that even make sense?
Oh, but I just want to clarify so
Don't you
people
say
understand.
rap and do things where people get the bulk of money off of us.
So you're not going to put albums out.
Exactamente.
Got stuff coming out though.
So how do you rap and not put albums?
Okay, I get it. They're not releasing any official projects on the label. They didn't say they're not rapping. And I get it. That's probably why some rappers don't want to do that. You know, why put on a project, make hard work if, you know, that's why mixtapes are a thing, right? That's why verses are a thing. You charge for a verse, it's very easy. You know, you charge for a verse on a single, it's very easy. You charge to ghostwrite, it's easy. But when you're doing an album and your single and you're not making money off that, from what I can understand, you know, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? That's why it's a lot harder to have a mixtape cleared on like Dat Piff or something like that, because, you know, now you got to go through sample clearances there, you got to go through legalese there before you can make money off that shit. But now the industry does everything to make sure that they get their money, that it's really hard to get your shit out there, and it's tough. It's tough.
You do it on other people's albums, but don't they have to clear?
We don't like.
I mean, they ain't gonna
Season.
most likely to everything get worked out,
National season.
business get taken care of, they ain't gonna clear nothing.
So you're not gonna be able to even rhyme on other people's albums.
Not unless they good friends with somebody that I don't know.
So the only place would be like what, mixtapes?
Mash out, free mash outs. Handing out free mash outs.
Might do the garden.
Like music for the people with free mash outs.
Might do the garden. What do you think? If we do the garden, a bow out graceful show.
It ain't graceful though. Some gotta give. People gotta understand. I need everybody who's really listening, who, wherever you work or whatever you do, like sit down for a serious second. Even the police in their cars, hip hop police and everything. Just imagine working for years, putting in hard work. And somebody who has nothing to do with that is getting the bulk of it. You'll be told.
Certain people follow me, so I'm just going to say it like this. Yes, I know exactly, maybe not in your situation, Styles P, but I know exactly how you feel. When you work a job, they expect you to do this, they expect you to do that, they expect you to do all these trinkets and these things, and yet they don't want you, they want you to do all this, but yet they don't like when you do that. They want you to do all, they want you to, they what I'm trying to get around here is they want you to do these tasks, they want you to do those tasks. You can't fuck up on this task, you can't fuck up on that task, and yet your paycheck is way less than they want you. Way less. They want you to do more, but pay you for half the effort. In other words, you got a job that pays you minimum wage for maximum effort. And that's a damn shame.
Utterly frustrated. And you're trying to get around it for years, and you go about it with lawyers and paperwork, but people are too powerful.
What was the straw though that you finally got to this point? If it's been years of this,
you know what it is. If Rough Riders and Jimmy Iovine is willing to work with us, why can't he be willing to work with us?
So is Jimmy Iovine and Rough Riders? Is that a better situation?
We sat down. It's all business at the end of the day.
Right. So what did you feel like you weren't getting out of your label?
See, out of that,
the contracts ain't right. When you come in this game, you get a new artist deal, and you gotta rearrange terms, and you know what I'm saying. You gotta switch points, and you gotta do some of that after you sell some records and put some work in. And if they even willing to give us a meeting in that, you know what I'm saying, what's going on here. It's gonna be hard though, cause he's still, ladies and gentlemen, he owns Biggie's publishing.
Yeah,
I sit there and tell you Big was his favorite man, and he.
Like I said, that will address on the Biggie stuff. Will address on the Gene Deal interview that he had with Vlad, but this is tough, you know, because it's like Jada's saying, it's just, you come in as a new artist, you changing fucking words, there's legal loopholes in your contracts, and you have to get lawyers. Like I said, they got 8 to 7 lawyers on this shit. Like, it's wild. It's really wild when you really think about that.
Of them and this, that, but Diddy owns B.I.G.'s publishing.
If I die, would you keep my publishing, Kiss?
Not at all. I'll give it to your moms or whoever, your daughter, your son, your wife.
Now, not to put you in the middle of it, and that's any human citizen.
Who's that on 11? Lil C's?
Let's talk this. Let's hear this out.
C's?
Let's hear it from the inside out.
Does he know it's live? Tell him it's live.
Okay, that's interesting. But yeah, that's like, you know, when you're married, or you know, you have family, right? You die, all your estate goes to the family immediately. If it doesn't go to the wife, it goes to the family. You know what I mean? Everything goes to family. It goes to the widow, or it goes, and if you're not married, it goes to the family. You know, and this is where money is just like, money is the root of all evil at the end of the day, because you know, people need it to live, and it's so crazy, you know, because I've had some financial situations I'm going through, and I'm trying to I'm just trying to make it. I'm trying to, you know, actually have a comfortable living in life, and this is what we go through, you know, greed, lawyers, frustrations, evictions, you know, repossession, all that stuff. And you should never have to go there. Now, Lil C's is going to be on the line. I'm probably going to do like 2 minutes. I'm probably going to do 2 minutes. I might end it, or we'll see how this goes. But Lil C's is on the line. Let's see how this pans out.
Please. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
C's.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, baby? Can you hear
What's
us?
up, baby?
Yeah, y'all get ready.
What's going on, big baby?
C's, we're live, baby, okay?
What's that?
I mean, you know, it's just.
Yeah, I know. I've been listening. That's how I called it.
What'd you say?
I was listening. I had to come check in, see what's going on.
Yeah.
What's up there?
What is
Let
it?
the people know that this ain't no, you know, this ain't no gimmick, or this ain't no sideways, or this ain't no varmint talk. This is real life.
Hey, Grizzly, what'd you think about that? What do you think about that?
It's your phone sounds horrible, honey.
Oh, man, the phone comes low right now.
All right, you want to call us back?
Yeah, I'm going to call right back in a few seconds. Get my phone a little better so I can get in there.
Try to call from a land phone, okay?
All right.
All right. I was a little serious. I think he's going to call back. Somebody said Mace was on the phone, too, but what happened? He got disconnected?
You see what's happening? It's a chain of people calling up that been bamboozled.
I mean, all you gotta do is you could not look at us, Ange, or you could look at us like we're not in this interview.
I'm just really blown
no,
away.
Not you, just like
No. Go ahead.
You and the rest of society.
Mm-hmm.
Sit back and look. Like, think about it. Think about that man and his catalog of artists. Like, besides we in the room today, besides we upset about publishing, just think about him and his catalog of artists, and how their lives have gone, and who's been successful with them. Which artists have been successful with him? Who's successful to this day? Which artists didn't want to get away from him? Faith, the baby mother of your man. Somehow you're supposed to work that out to get that right. That's my man's baby mom, whatever. She got his seeds. Let me work that out. 112 out of there. It wasn't right for him. Couldn't take it. Mace retired, came back. He don't want to be with him. Us. Shine in the club with you. He comes in with you through the door. You're arguing. Money gets thrown around. Something happens. Shine's doing the jump off. Y'all didn't even have the same lawyer.
All love to everybody.
Like people, I don't know if like the regular listeners, if they look at things how we look at things, or people from the streets look at things, but you separated yourself from that man. That man got 10 years. Like no artist, you can't really name an artist who was like with you that went right.
So I'm gonna end this here. So yeah, it's wild, man. It's really wild. Like they said, like 10 years, man. And the fact that Lil C's wants to call, chime in. Mace is trying to chime in. You know, he mentioned 112, Faith Evans. They mentioned, you know, Mace. They even mentioned, they didn't mention Little Kim, but you already know where that's gonna go. You know, but it just shows you how crazy the industry is. Like, what is going on with those bad boy contracts that Diddy signed into these people? Did Diddy even look at his contracts? Like I said, this is not to hate on Diddy, because I'm pretty sure he, you know, it's probably more than that. Like I said, I don't work in this industry, but that is nuts, bro. That is fucking wild. And I never thought of it that way. You know, I never looked at it as, you know, man, all I know is just, I'm reacting to this and I felt it. Like, everyone's got their words, everyone wants to chime in, everyone wants to tune in, and everyone wants to, you know, probably speak their opinion. Like, Mace was actually going to talk and see what was going on, but apparently a call was dropped. But, you know, like I said, this will end part 2, and then we're going to do part 3 later on tonight. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.